So there's this guy. He's rich. Yeah? He's rich. He's a rich guy and he wants to, like, settle down someplace in the country. So he decides to buy a house. So he's looking around and he finds this, like, gigantic house for, like, next to nothing. It's, like, really cheap. It's, like, $4 million for, like, 200 acres. And it's, like, 50 kilometers from the city. So it's a very good deal. So he asks the real estate agent, why is it so cheap? The real estate agent looks him in the eye and says, listen mate, I have to tell you something about this house. Next time you come round to inspect it, I'll show you. So the real estate agent, next time the guy comes over to inspect his house, says, follow me, I have to show you something. So they go up a hill, down a hill, over a river, through a marsh, through a cave, until there's this, like, you go into this valley, and in this valley, there is a cage. In this cage, there is a white gorilla. The cage has no door, so you could just walk in, like, open it, and just, slap the white gorilla. Kick it, beat it up. Wouldn't be a good idea, because this white gorilla's, like, 10 feet tall. If this gorilla wasn't just sitting there, it could, like, rip someone's head off with its fingers, like 2 of them. But it's just sitting there. It's just, like, asleep, with its eyes closed. It's like, it's alive. It's, like, softly breathing, but it's sleeping. The real estate agent tells the rich guy, you can buy the house, this is part of your property, but you must never, ever touch the white gorilla, or something terrible will happen. I can't tell you what will happen, because I don't know. But, if you touch this white gorilla, you will probably never want to see anyone again. Just because the last person that touched the white gorilla went mad. I don't know. Don't know why I went mad. Didn't ask him. He was mad. But, don't touch the white gorilla. But you can have the house for cheaper. So the guy says, yeah, wasn't planning on touching the white gorilla. Looks fucking huge. Scary. Yeah, I'll buy a house. So the guy buys his house. It's a really good house. Like, even without the land, it would be amazing. It's just like this fucking amazing house. It's like 3 stories tall. It's got, like, I don't know, a spa. It's like a really cool house. Like, imagine the coolest house you can imagine, and then, like, coolify that by 2. Multiply that by 2, and then coolify it by 2. That's how cool it is. Very cool. It's like your dream house. Very cool house. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go on. And this guy, he's like, whoa, I love my new house. I love my new property. It's so amazing. And, says he invites his friends over for, like, a housewarming gig. Like, I don't know. Come over, guys. Check out my cool new house. Check out my cool new land. It's pretty rad, dudes. Not that far from the city. And all his friends come over and like, whoa, man, this is so cool. So, wow, such a cool house. Wow, it's beautiful. It's so cool. It's like cool, but coolified by 2. Whoa. And the guy's like, how much, one of the guy's friends, rather, is like, how much did you pay for this amazing house? And he says, like, oh, I don't know, 4 million? Wasn't really that much. They're like, what? 4 million? Who'd you have to get that? And he's like, didn't have to fuck anyone. But there is this hidden secret of the house that I must ask you never to tell anyone about, but I will show you if you promise to tell no one about it. Also, there is one rule. I'll tell you when we get closer, and you must obey this rule, otherwise you're gonna, like, be dead or some shit. I don't know. It'll fuck you up real bad. So they go up the hill, down the hill, across the river, through the marsh, through the cave, into the valley, and, like, he says, just before they enter the valley, the guy that owns the house says, whatever you do, do not touch it. Do not touch it. You can go into the cage, or whatever, but do not touch it. If you touch it, you will kill us all. And the guy's like, yeah, just show what it is. And, they just go in there, and they're like, what the hell? Where'd you get a white gorilla? It's like, I don't know. It was here when I bought the house. I do not know where it came from. The real estate agent doesn't know where it came from. People before gone mad because they just touched it, apparently. Like, ripped their brains out some shit because they're, like, all crazy and shit now. And his friends are like, whoa, that's pretty radical. And they go up to it, they go, right, they don't touch it because he's told them, don't touch it. But they're in the cage. They're like, I don't know, put your hands together end to end, like fingertips touching, but palms flat. And they go, I don't know, your arms to elbow to elbow, that's how close they go. Like a really fucking short distance. Just, I don't know, length of your monitor, whatever. Really short distance. they're not going to touch it. They know better than that because they trust their friend because he's a really cool guy. He's got a really cool house, don't want to offend him. And so they go, you know what, mate? I envy you. It's a really cool house. You even got a white gorilla. I wouldn't want to touch it if I were you. So they tell the guy, oh, yeah, whatever. They leave, party's over, leave in a couple of days, all drunk and shit. The guy's like, whoa, my house is so cool, whatever, woo, woo, woo. And, like, 3 months later, he meets his wife. Well, he doesn't know he's gonna be his wife. He meets his really cool girl. And he's like, whoa, you're so nice. And she's like, yeah, I know, I'm so nice. I'm really pretty and shit. Yeah. And he's like, well, I think I want you to marry me. But, if you want to live in our house, I have to show you something. This is a really simplified romance, by the way. It doesn't actually happen like this, just in case you were wondering. But, so they go to his house. She's like, oh my god, what a cool house. He's like, cool, but cool by 2. But yeah, so they go up the hill, down the hill, over the river, through the marsh, through the cave, and he's like, I'm about to show you the most amazing thing you have ever seen. And she's like, oh my god, it's amazing. And he's like, you haven't seen it yet, but before you do, just remember, don't touch it. You can go in the cage, but don't touch it. And she's like, okay, I won't touch it. Just, can you show me what it is? And he goes, yeah, just come with me. And she says, oh my god, it's a white gorilla. Wow, I've always wanted to see a white gorilla. Apparently their skin is so soft. Can I? And he's like, no, don't touch it. It'll like rip out your skull and like, I don't know, lobotomize your small intestine or something. And she's like, okay, I won't touch it. I just want to see what it looks like up close. And he's like, that's fine as long as you don't touch it, because I don't want to lose you, because you're pretty fucking hot. And she's like, okay. She goes up to it. She goes closer than the guy's friends, like the length of your hand. Don't know how big your hand is, but the length of that. It's an analogy. This story didn't actually happen. I don't have the measurements. But she gets even closer. So she's like, if she sneezed, she'd touch the white gorilla and everything would all hell break loose. So they go back. A few months later, they get married. Whoa, happy. Except for like 3 years later, they get divorced because, like, I don't know, she's cheating on him with a donkey salesman. Traveling donkey salesman comes to the house, tries to sell her a donkey. The guy's out. No, she's pretty hunky. Donkey salesman cheats on him. That's totally what happened. But the guy's pretty down in the dumps about it. They get a divorce, whatever, annulment, something. Anyway, they're not together anymore, and he's pretty fucking pissed about it. How could she cheat on me? She was the only thing worth living for. And then he's like, you know what, I don't want to live anymore, because she was just too good. And if I can't have her, I might as well not have my life. And so he says, you know what, I'm going to touch the white gorilla, see what happens, because I don't really care anymore, and I'm frankly just too curious to ignore it anymore. So he goes up the hill, he goes down the hill, he goes over the river, he goes through the marsh, he goes into the cave, he's into the valley, he sees the white gorilla, he greets it like an old friend. It is an old friend. He's been here for like, I don't know, 5 years while he was in his own house. He's been here for ages before that. Probably doesn't even know who that guy is. He's probably been sitting there since time immemorial. So he goes up right close to it, see what, if he can smell it. He can smell it. It smells like shit. Probably been shitting there as well for like 5 years or whatever. But, doesn't matter. He's gonna touch it. So he reaches out his hand right, and bing, taps it. The white gorilla's eyes snap open. The guy's like, oh, fucking crap. No, I did not want this to happen. It's gonna, like, tear my arms off and not my dick, so I piss out my eyeballs. Oh, shit. And so he turns around and bolts back into the cave. And the white gorilla gets up, starts running after him, and yells, I'm gonna fucking catch you, little mongrel. And the guy's like, fuck me. So he's bolting. He runs back through the cave. He sprints through the marsh. He, like, leaps over the river. It's like a 4-meter river, but he leaps over it. leaps over at one single bound because he's just like that scared. Adrenaline's pumping through him. His heart's pounding like that, drum beat, whatever. He goes back up the hill, back down the hill, runs into his house. He's got a little gate around his house, slams that shut. He goes into his house, gets in the door, locks the door. He goes upstairs into his bedroom, shuts the door, locks it, goes into the cupboard, shuts it and locks it. And he's just sitting there. His heart's thumping. He's very scared. He's very scared. And then he hears the gorilla just pounding through the gate. He hears it smashing through the gate. He hears it pounding against the front door. It smashes through that door like it would balsa wood. He hears it like crashing up the stairs. He hears it smashing like right outside the room, smashing around. Where is this human? Where is this human? Why is it like evading me? Can't set my fingers on my heartbeat. His heart is pounding in his chest. He's afraid the gorilla might be able to hear that. It's very loud. He can't hear anything else except for his heartbeat. And the gorilla just scratching against the door. The gorilla smashes through the door. Smashes around. He can smell him. The gorilla grabs the hold of the cupboard door and like rips it apart. The gorilla leans in, taps the guy on the shoulder, looks into his eyes and says, "Tip."